welcome back to another video, and today we'll be discussing the newest makeup news and announcements. So welcome back to another video, and it has gone again 2 weeks, so we are doing another makeup news video. And sorry beforehand, the dishwasher is going on the background, so if you hear or noise, it's because of my dishwasher. But let's get actually the announcements that have come during the last 2 weeks. I think when the last video I made there was a lot of blushes, so I think for this week we are having more blushes, and actually there also seems to be quite a lot of lip glosses coming out, so that's just I think something interesting to note. So we still haven't gotten over the blush phase, and now we're having also the lip gloss phase. But let's now actually get to the product releases. So let's see, where are we going to start? Yeah. So this was actually something quite interesting. So Dior has released, I think these are for now an Asia exclusive launch. So they have come out with blush and highlighter duos, and I do actually have to say I'm actually gonna move it to the side so there's more space for it. You will see the image somewhere here. So there is 4 variations of these. There is one very pale pink one with a lilac highlighter, then there's one peachy one with a more, I think that's more of a, I'd say like champagne toned highlighter, and then there's an orangey one with a gold highlighter, and then there's actually the last shade actually looks like it could actually work more as a bronzer. These are, I think, currently Asia exclusive, so I have no idea, are these actually gonna come to Western market? I would certainly hope so, because the one with the pink blush and lilac highlighter is it's looking pretty tempting for me, so yeah, more blushes and highlighters for me, I suppose. Yeah. So next blush release that came after I have just, I think, edited my previous makeup news video. So these are the Huda Beauty new liquid blushes, and these have already, I think, come out. And these are actually already, I saw these available on Cult Beauty. And let's see, there are altogether 5 shades, and this is called the Huda Beauty Blush Filter Liquid Blush. And I have to say that this kind of looks like, I think this looks like one of those blushes that is more, I'd say, are these more on the dewy side or on the matte side? Lightweight, buildable pigment, soft focus, high impact glow. So I think these are what I would say more of as like a satin finish, because these don't look, at least based on the model image that I'm looking right now, this doesn't look like as glowy as perhaps some of the the House Lab blush, for example, that we discussed on my last video, but this also doesn't look like it will be a completely matte. Not something that I am currently interested in, because purely because there's been just so many blushes, and I have already I think just this year the amount already the liquid blushes that I've already bought, this doesn't look that much different from something that I already have. But the Huda blush is something that's already available on quite many retailers. Then more blushes. So Zoeva has come out with 2 shades of liquid blushes, and this looks like to be also more of a glowier liquid blush. Actually, it looks like there's that there's quite a lot of sparkle in the formula. This is a skip for me. These are 28.50 each. So Zoeva is, I think they are a German brand if I'm not completely mistaken, and they have done a lot of revamping their line in recent years, but this is an easy skip for me, because this isn't again something too different from what I already have, and also because the formula does look like it has quite a lot of glitter particles in it, so something not for me. So another blush. So Morphe has come out with Huephoric blush 3-in-1 silk blushes, and I do think these have been trending. I'm not on TikTok, but at least based on what I've heard, these have been really trendy on TikTok, and I think one reason is because there is the sort of swirl in the middle of the formula. So apparently there is supposed to be some sort of a primer element, which is the sort of light part of this formula that you see on the swirl, and then there's the blush pigment. I haven't seen these yet come to our Morphe retailer, so I don't know are these coming to Europe in what schedule, but I have understood that these should already be available at least on Ulta if you live in US. These are one of those 50-50 products that if I could see these in store, and if they aren't because Morphe's prices also here in Europe are quite close to what they are cost in the US, so there isn't the sort of price hike unlike with some other US based brands when they import their products here. So if these are on them They are like $15 each, so if these are around the like 15-17 euros and I could maybe see one of these in stores, I could maybe be tempted to buy one of these because these do kind of look like a fun thing to try. Not a fan of the see-through plastic packaging because that's always something that, especially with drugstore products, I'm quite afraid that they usually break down quite easily, but yeah. But if you live in States, I think these are already available. Okay, now for the lip gloss part, and I think there's actually still gonna be more blushes in this video, but some change. So bellabeautébar, actually I'm gonna think I'll go both of the releases in one go. So I think they had sort of a mini launch where I think on their own website they restocked one of their eyeshadow palettes and then they came out with completely new products. So they have come out with the first products are Lip Dewy Glosses, so these are lip glosses and there isn't actually that much more information on the Makeup on Radar's post. The shades look kind of nice. They are, I'd say, on the neutral leaning, neutral side of the like spectrum. I don't know if these probably will. This could come available on Monolith Shop, but I haven't seen yet Monolith Shop saying that they will be getting these. But if you want to buy these, I think these are already available on bellabeautébar's own website. The second release, which they also came along with these lip glosses, was these sort of cheek dewy liquid blushes. So again, more blush and yeah, again, this isn't something that I am particularly interested in. There are 4 shades. One of the hot pink shades kind of look interesting, and one of the rosy shades, deeper rosy shades, look nice. But again, this is not something that is just like attracting me because again, there's been like so many blush releases, as you have already seen from this video. But I think these launched along with the lip gloss and with the restock of one of their palettes. So if you want to get the liquid glosses, these are also available already on the bellabeautébar's own website. Okay, so we have, I think we had an Essence launch on last video, and yeah, another Essence and Catrice being the new color pop, and there's actually will be also a Catrice launch in this video, so both of the brands are keeping themselves busy. So this is the Hello Kitty collection, and this is one of the like smaller collections. So Essence has some of Essence's collections are quite big and some of them are small. I think this is on the smaller side, and there isn't actually that much when I'm looking at makeup items. I think there's like the blush, and then there is, what is included in this one? There seems to be blush and some type of lip products, and then there seems to be like beauty sponges, but then there are also like stickers and some makeup tools. So yeah, not something that I am particularly interested in. I think this is more geared towards maybe pre-teens and teens, so I'm probably not even the target audience for this, but I do think this might already be available, at least if you live in Germany. I haven't seen these yet on our Essence retailers, but I do know that they will probably come quite soon also to us. Okay, so next one is a mascara release, and we haven't had quite... Well, I think L'Oreal has actually been doing a really good job at releasing mascaras this year. So these are like 2 new mascaras in the Loreal False Lash mascara line. I have actually seen these on our L'Oreal retailers, so if you live in Europe, I do think at least here these should be available. So there are 2 ones. There's one, how should I say, creates maximum length with innovative strength formulation, ultra light giggle and give lashes bounce and volume. So there seems to be 2 types of mascaras, one that's in the black packaging and has bit, I'd say, more of a narrower wand, and then there is the more in the silver packaging that has a bit of a thicker wand. I could maybe, if I was looking to try, both of these do have a rubber wand, which I am not a particular fan of, especially if those are spiky type of rubber ones, which I tried one of the L'Oreal mascaras in the beginning of the year, and when I've said that I did like that one, but I did say that because this had the very spiky rubber wand, I wasn't such a big fan of that part. So so I'm kind of thinking that these could have the same issue. But yeah, let's get back to the like products. I could be tempted to maybe try the black one because it has this sort of very slim wand, which is good because I do have a smaller eye size, so it's easier. Because the other one, which the silver tube, which has some more sort of thicker wand, I am thinking that could be a bit harder to work with my particular eye shape. But keep your eyes open with your L'Oreal retailers. But as I said, I have already seen these being available in my country. Then something I think that there was a certain part of beauty YouTube that was excited about this. So these are the Lisa Eldridge new lip products, and these are Baume Embrace Melting Lip Colors. So these are essentially colored lip balms which have been, I'd say, very popular based on the lip products we have seen. And I think, when are these releasing? This will be $34 each, so quite, and I'd say quite on par with how other Lisa Eldridge products have been priced. And these are already apparently early access if you are, I think, certain level in, because I think Lisa Eldridge's website has a tier kind of customer program, so if you are certain customer level, then you are able to already order these. About the shades, I'm not a particular fan of this sort of colored lip balm products. I either want my lip balm to be a see-through product, and then if I want a colored lip product, I just use a lip gloss or a full-on lipstick. So this is a product that's not for me, but also I don't think with the colors, the one rosy color in the middle kind of looks nice, but other than that, these aren't exactly tempting me. But if you're a Lisa Eldridge fan and you are at the Emerald tier in her customer program, you should be able to buy these. Then something that Milk Makeup has released. So Milk has released this tubing brow gel and mascara to their Kush line, and this seems to be kind of an, like, I'm not a, well, if you have seen any of my first impression sort of videos where I do my makeup on camera, I'm not a person who usually does their brows. I only do my brows for very specific, like if there's like a celebration or a party, because it's just not a step that I'm particularly fan of. How I usually do my brows is that I fill them in with a brow pencil, and then I just go with a see-through brow gel. And also I have never had the issue of my brows being too like unruly or something that I feel that I have to shape. So this sort of colored brow gel is not something that is for me, but I do know that there is a market for this one. So this is going to be like $24 US each, and they are advertising this as the first of a kind tubing tinted brow gel that defines, volumizes and sets brows up for 24 hours and for smudge proof wear. Please don't wear your brow gel for 24 hours, that's a very long time to wear any kind of makeup. I could maybe see this being actually a good kind of product for someone who, because people who have very sparse brows, this could actually be good that way that it fills them in and same time sets them, so you don't first have to go with a brow pencil and then with a brow gel. So this could be a product for those. This is launching on the 5th of June, so actually it is already, I think, available at least on Milk's own website. Okay, more lip glosses, and these actually kind of make me a bit bummed that Juvia's Place is not a brand that's accessible for me. So Juvia's Place has come out with Smoothie lip glosses, and I am one of those people who does actually like pink lip colors, and all of these look like very delicious shades. Unfortunately, as I have said many times, Juvia's Place is no longer a brand that's accessible, at least for someone in Europe. I could order them from their own website, but because they do ship from States, it takes quite a while, and also I would have to pay the import-related fees. But these are $14 US each, so these are very affordable. So if you live in the US and in States, you can also buy Juvia's Place, I think, on Ulta. So if you're looking for your pink toned lip glosses, I mean, these look very nice, and I have generally heard that Juvia's Place quality is quite good for the price. But yeah, very sad that I can't get this, because there were at least like 3 or 4 shades that I would like to buy, and I certainly don't need 3 or 4 shades of a new lip gloss. But yeah, available if you live in North America. Next product release. So e.l.f. has come out with a new Lock It Down eyeshadow primers. This is very affordable, it's only $7 US each, so if this is becoming available on Beauty Bay, that at least gets quite a lot of the e.l.f. releases, then I think this is going to be somewhere around 10 euros in there. So it's a sheer creamy eyeshadow primer that helps lock down your look and intensifies the color of your fave shadow. Non-creasy feel, helps prevent creasing and smudging. So I think based on the image that I'm looking and the description, I think this is one of those kind of eyeshadow primers that I prefer, which is that it kind of evens out your lid area, and it bit sets down a little bit. So it's not one of those grippy sticky eyeshadow primers, but one of those that actually set down on your lids, which is good if you're, for example, someone who has an oily lid. This is already available, I think, on Elf's own website, and keep your eyes open if you live in Europe, because this might come to Beauty Bay at some point. So Laura Mercier has, why is this new? Laura Mercier's Translucent Loose Setting Powder will be available in all new shades for fall 2024. If this is a fall release, why did they announce this so early? Like, we have barely got into summer, oh my. So, apparently they are also doing the colored version of the powder now. So Tone Up Rose is a peach pink that gives the impression of brighter skin by color correcting while brightening. So, well, actually it is they said that, why are they saying that this is going to be for fall if this is releasing on the July of 12th? Because July, I'm pretty sure, is counted as a summer month, so that's a bit confusing, I think. But yeah, so release date is July 12th, so not on fall, but in the middle of summer. And so Laura Mercier is jumping the train of these sort of colored loose powders. I think we have seen like now quite many brands coming out with their version of the pink powder, and we have also seen the like peach colored powders also from many of the brands. So yeah, if you like your Laura Mercier, because I do know that this is a very popular setting powder, and you want it in a sort of colored version, then that should be available to you in July. Just maybe check, because it is an expensive powder, and because if it's more of a peachy shade, that means that it will fit some undertones better than others. So maybe if you're able to see these in store before buying, because I do know that this is also a very expensive setting powder, so check this out maybe in store before making the buying decision. So more lip balm type of product. So is this Lancôme? Yeah. So this is the Lancôme Lip Ido le Butterglow. So again, this looks like just like the sort of Lisa Eldridge lip product, which is essentially that it is a colored lip gloss, lip balm type of hybrid product. I do have to give credit, there's quite many shades of this. Like, I mean, there's like a whole handful of swatches of the different kind of shades. So it has an extensive shade range, though I would say that with this kind of product it's probably like that, because it's more of a sheer formula. I do think that they could have done with less shades, because I do feel that a lot of those will be looking quite similar once you get them to your lip, because this isn't meant to be an opaque lip product, but rather something like a balm type of product. There isn't price information of this in the post, but because it's Lancôme, I think that it's gonna be expensive. So again, no, for me, it's not a product that I prefer, and also with Lancôme prices, I wouldn't be paying Lancôme prices for a colored lip balm. But if you like Lancôme, I think these should be releasing during the summer time. So another e.l.f. release, and this actually did get me a bit curious. So e.l.f. has released a Soft Glam Satin Foundation, and if Soft Glam Satin Foundation means that it's not a full-on matte foundation, but it still has like decent coverage and doesn't still look like drying cake on your skin, this could be perfect. For example, my skin type, which is a sort of an in my 30s skin, which is a bit oily leaning, but not like completely oily as it used to be. So yeah. It has 36 shades and it's only $8 US. So again, assuming this will come to Europe to Beauty Bay at some point, it's probably going to be a bit higher than the, like, if you would directly compare it to €8, but it's probably still going to be like affordable. It has, because e.l.f. has a pretty good shade range with their foundation. I'd be curious to actually, well, first I think I'm just gonna watch reviews and see that is this actually something that I really want to try out, but I could be tempted. This, at least based on the advertising, the finish of this seems to be something I would like, but luckily I will be able to watch reviews before like deciding if I want to get this. Okay, more glosses. So Morphe, aside from there, I could have maybe gone this with the liquid blush, but, or the sort of liquid blush, but oh well. So Morphe has, this is actually a shade extension, so this is actually a lip gloss formula they have had before. I know actually when I'm thinking about it, yes, they have actually come out. I think they came out with this lip gloss formula first time with one of their palette releases. So this is the shade extension to their Dripglass High Shine Lip Gloss, and I do have to say that the shade looks actually kind of nice. I am very, especially the two shades, the sort of muted neutral one and the pinky one do actually look kind of nice. These are again $12 US each if you're buying these from States, and these are at least available on Ulta Beauty currently. I don't need a new lip gloss, but I have to say these look nice. Not something I'm particularly in need of, but the new shades look nice. Okay, something that I am seriously thinking that if this comes to Monolith Shop, I might be tempted to buy this. So, Unearthly Cosmetics has released a new palette. So, this is called, what was this called? It had a... Where's the name of this? Where... It's, Why is there not mentioned the name of the palette? There's just a new... Unleash your inner artist with our dynamic range of 12 sizzling shades featuring 4 shimmers and 8 bold mattes. With this fully magnetic palette is perfect for creating looks that are sure to turn up the heat. But why the F you didn't put the... Yes, okay, there it is. So it's called the High Temp palette is the name of this. This palette has already been sent out in PR. There's plenty of influencers who have already done looks with this and you will be able to find swatches. Initially when I saw this I was thinking that yeah, there's kind of like an orange row and then there's kind of a reddish red there, so this isn't that interesting, and then there's even one of the shimmers, this has like less shimmers than mattes. And then I was thinking that, oh, one of the shimmers is like a yellow golden shimmer, which is usually not the shimmer. But then when I actually like started looking this into more, like, yeah, there are like few shades that aren't like, but actually one of the reds looks like it is more on the sort of berry leaning side rather than being like this sort of like orangey red. And I am, unlike with the golden shimmer yellows, actually matte yellows are something that I do like. And then you have even especially the row down where there were sort of pinks and sort of purple leaning shades, which is very tempting. So as I said, this could be, if this comes available on Monolith Shop next launch, I could be tempted to buy this. If you want to buy this from Unearthly's website, I do believe they have stated that this, unlike with many of their other palettes, this won't be a pre-order palette, but this is actually something that when it goes live, they will ship it directly. And this will launch on June 27th, so at the end of the month. So if you want this palette, I would recommend being on the website when this launches if you want to order this directly from them, because if this is something that's not pre-order but they will ship directly, then they probably also have a limited stock for this. It's gonna be $46 US for the palette, so it is actually also quite decently priced for indie palette. But as someone who lives in Europe, I will wait for the Monolith Shop, and if there's nothing like else very exciting with Monolith Shop launches when this will be included, and then this could be something that I want to get, because this is very, like, after now looking and seeing some looks with this is actually pretty nice. Okay, then something maybe not something as exciting. So NARS has released 2 new quads. So there's the Co-Wrong featuring mattes in nude oatmeal brown, neutral brown, milk tea brown and dark neutral brown. And then there's Saint Paul Divine's View, which has light champagne gold, matte apricot, matte neutral beige and matte top brown. These are $52 US each. Okay, I'm not gonna yap too much about it because I'm a person who has bought a Chanel Quint and Charlotte Tilbury quad, and I think those are quite like also pricey for what you are getting. I think we have seen these from NARS like quite many times, so this is an easy skip, but if you do like this kind of product, I do think these should be available already soon on at least on NARS's own website. Then the Catrice launch I was talking about, so this is Summer Obsessed collection, and there seems to be a face palette, there's a bronzing cushion stick, then there are some cooling lip oils, there's a multi-use scrunchie and a some nail polishes. So I think these are all gonna be a skip for me because the shades in the face palette look like that they don't exactly probably work on my skin tone, and also like the bronzing cushion sticks. I have one like a sort of bronzing stick from Catrice from, I think it was their fall launch from last year, which I wasn't such a big fan of the formula. I thought it was very stiff, and also the lip oils are not something that I am vibing for. So these are already, I think, available in Germany, and these will start trickling down to other Catrice retailers, at least in Europe, probably pretty soon. But yeah, I think this is for Catrice collection is just a meh, so nothing exciting and not something that I am keen to buy. Okay, then a launch that I think I think a lot of people were a bit disappointed about this. So Gloss Gods teased a few weeks ago that they were having a new launch, and they were advertising it with the sort of peachy cloud images that they have sort of teased their sort of special edit palettes before. So Glossgods is a Swedish indie brand, and they have these sort of remix palettes, which are mixed palette that usually have mattes and shimmers, and then they have the special effects palettes, which have like shifty shades. And I think quite many people in the comments, me included, were like saying that, oh, you're coming out with the new sort of special shade palette with the sort of peachy pinky tones, because that's what people were guessing. But then they sort of, I think they did have to do some damage control beforehand, and then they went on that no, it's not palettes, it's something else, and then they announced it. So this is the new on Cloud 9 hybrid cloud bronzers. So I think these are like meant to be powder bronzers, but they are advertising this as a hybrid formula, so they are saying that it's somehow like bouncy or something, so it's not like completely, it doesn't like feel a traditional powder bronzer when you try it out. And it is said to, they are advertising this as something that will create this sort of hazy blurred effect on your skin, so this sort of like natural effect that you don't look like you have streaks on your cheeks, or that you don't have like this sort of heavy makeup layer on. These are $18 each, and I'm trying to remember, I think these were around 14 or 15 euros when I checked on their website. This is not a product that I will be making a Glossgod order on its own. I think I will be waiting for them to have another release, because I do think that, I'm not sure are these meant to be a limited edition product, but if these are available, if these are in stock when they have a new palette release, then I might throw one of these in the cart. But for the bronzer alone, it's not something that I will make an order for them. But these are already available on their website if you're interested in them. Then something very pretty, so Gucci Beauty is apparently coming out with highlighters, so Angel Naked One has managed to get sort of a sneak peek from 2 of the shades. I think these won't be the only shades, because the 2 shades that you will be seeing on the image, it's a very, like, I'd say, a brave color choice for, I'd say, a higher end brand. So what I mean by brave color choice for a higher end brand means that usually with higher end brands, their highlighters are quite this sort of traditional champagne colored or peach colored. So the purple is quite something else for what we usually see from luxury brands. And then there's one shade that I do think is probably meant for like deep skin tones, at least based on how dark it is. So I assume they will have more shades, and these are just the one that Angel Naked did manage to get pictures from. I'm now trying to think that is Gucci Beauty something that I can actually like order. I don't think it's a brand that I have been previously like too excited about, but I do have to give credit for these highlighters do look nice, so I will be curious to see what other shades they will come out with, and these will probably cost an arm and a leg, but oh well. So then Samarix is expanding her Yummy Skin family, so her foundations have come in this Yummy Skin line, and now I think, which is quite expected, she's coming out with sort of an, my god, I'm blanking. So concealers, yes. So these are the Yummy Skin Lift and Flex concealer. So it is advertised as a medium to full coverage concealer. Oh, this could actually be something that I could be interested in. How much are these gonna cost? $30 each. So it is quite, I think, on par with, for example, with other high-end concealers, for example, like Natasha Denona concealer and Charlotte Tilbury's concealer. So price-wise for high-end concealer, I think it's quite up there with others. I do think the shade range looks quite extensive. There is 20 shades of this, and I think there's a quite good gradient from very fair shade to very deep one. I am kind of like thinking that this could be something I would be interested to try, but I'm just a person who doesn't like spend too much money on my base products. So foundations and concealers are usually the products that I'll try to see that if there's something a bit more inexpensive, because I do like to put my money on sort of a cheek and eyeshadow products. But yeah, this could be like a maybe product that if there isn't like any other products that I want to spend my makeup budget on a particular month, and this is available on a website that I can get it easily from, then this could be something I could be interested in. Okay, this was a blast from the past. So MAC has announced a new eyeshadow palette, and I think this is meant to celebrate Pride Month, but I mean, I do think this is, I discussed, I think it was in my last video where I thought that the Dennis Myricks Pride Month palette was just horrible, so this is at least a bit better, but I think we have seen this from MAC before. This look, like the palette design looks very 2016, 17, so back in the old makeup YouTube, this is what like I think colorful eyeshadow palettes used to look like, and I could even bet that maybe MAC has come out with a palette layout like this before. There isn't like I think if you like MAC's eyeshadow formula, I think there's like every shade they have ever come out with the Under the Sun in this one, so I mean it could be a good value, but I don't think I have heard anyone like talking about very much about MAC products in general like in recent years, because I do think they have had maybe a bit of the issue that they aren't like the most expensive brand, but they are like I think over what a mid-range brand would usually cost with their products. So they are in price wise they are kinda in a sort of in between like a category, but in the same time I don't think any of their products have been anything like particularly spectacular when you compare it to like other products with similar prices or with, for example, less. So is this already available? It's gonna be $150 US. I'm sorry, I'm not paying that much. Like $150 US, like even if this probably has all the shades MAC has ever released in their eyeshadow formula, but for MAC I wouldn't be paying $150 US for their eyeshadow quality. Like it's a decent. I have tried in the past like one or two there. I used to have like their few of their individual shadows. Like the eyeshadow formula was decent, but it's not worth $150 US. But if you want this, I think this is at least going to be available in MAC's own website, and if you have a MAC counter in your country, then this probably will be available at the MAC counters at some point. I haven't seen this yet in our MAC retailer, but I do think this might be coming. But yeah, no, this is not worth $150. There's good eyeshadow that you will get, good colorful eyeshadow that you can get with less money, and the quality is much better. Okay, we have actually like only now looking like a couple of products more. So another lip gloss product for the week. So e.l.f. has come out with Sun Boss gloss with SPF 25, and these are again affordable, $7 each. I'm not actually completely gonna hate on this, because I do feel, especially now that we are getting to the summer, that an SPF to your lip product would kind of be nice, because otherwise, because you do kind of eat during the day, and especially on your lip area, SPF is probably something that wears off quite a lot quicker compared to your other skin area, and especially if you layer another lip product on top of your, like if you have a lip balm or something that has the SPF which is underneath, then it would be nice to sort of have the like added SPF coverage. So I am not completely gonna hate on this. The shade look kind of nice. They are more on the sort of neutralish peachy side. I would have maybe wished that if they have put SPF on this, then it would be more, because SPF 25, it's not actually like that much. So I wish they would have at least put like SPF 40 or 50, because that would at least then be a decent. Obviously, if you use this, you should still use an SPF product underneath, because especially because this has quite a low SPF rating, and because it's a lip gloss that's gonna wear off quite quickly. So don't trust this to be your only SPF for your lips. But as I said, I am not against this idea, and I do think that it's good to at least put some SPF for this one. Then something that I do feel that a lot of people were excited about. So this is the Patrick Ta Beauty's new highlighter duos, and I do think Angel Naked One did have a sneak peek of these like a month ago. So I actually knew these were sort of coming out, but now we have the full shade range, and this sort of, I used to have my first liquid blush was actually this sort of Patrick Ta duo, which had the sort of powder and blush like powder and the liquid blushes, and it used to be my like first one, and I did like it, but I have mentioned that I do think that after that, especially liquid blush formulas have developed further. I'm not a particular fan of liquid highlighters. I have had, I think, as we have probably seen with some of my product reviews and impressions, that usually like there has been like few liquid highlighter formulas that have worked for me, but a lot of them are something that either lift the makeup, or they are very patchy to work with, or act like odd with the rest of the face makeup. So this is not a formula that I would be particularly interested to buy in. However, it's kind of bummed because it would be nice if you could buy the highlighter shades different, like the powder highlight shade, different shades separately, because the pink one, for example, could be something I could be down to trying out. But yeah, because it's a duo and because most likely the sort of liquid side is something that I would not like to use, I'm not gonna go because Patrick Ta's products are quite pricey. But when are these going to be available? So these are going to be available on 13th and 14th of June, depending on where you are buying this. So again, actually next week from when I'm filming this. So if you're a Patrick Ta fan and you like his formulas, then these will be available in the upcoming week. Glamshop, which is a Polish indie brand, they have come out with new liquid lipsticks. They are having their sort of big summer sale at the moment, so when this is gonna go out, I can't guarantee that the sale is still going on, but they sort of released this product in the beginning of their sale, and Glamshop has actually done this in the past, that they have had a sale and then they release new products like for the beginning of the sale. I did looked at the shades on their website, so these are the Velour liquid lipsticks, and they are advertising these as a comfort lightweight coverage with zero dryness. So I assume these are something that are gonna feel like more on the, they aren't gonna completely like dry down on your lip because they are saying that this shouldn't be like a full-on like dry liquid lipstick. I did actually like the shade range of this one. I did look on the website, there were quite many of these berry, pinkish, neutral kind of shades in this one, so again, something I could be interested to buy from them at some point, but currently when I checked, because when they did like already a week beforehand say that they were going to have their sort of big spring sale, and I was checking that would there be like products enough that I want to like sort of order from them, but there aren't like still, there were like a few things I was thinking those could be nice, but they're in like overall I went in and thought that I'm just gonna like save my money and wait for maybe some other summer releases that might be coming in the upcoming weeks, because altogether I felt that there just wasn't enough. And Glamshop's shipping has gone up really high. Like I checked at the website how much their shipping now is, and it's 20 euros. And 20 euros when you're shipping inside the European Union, that's beginning to be quite much, because I can get express shipping from some brands even from overseas with that kind of money. So, and the Glamshop shipping, while it is relatively quickly, it's still a normal shipping, so they aren't gonna promise to get it to you within 2 days time. It usually takes a bit under a week from Poland to get their stuff, but I was like, with 20 euros from a inside European Union shipping, and it's the standard shipping, I was thinking that no, that's just that really like cemented that I really need to have a bigger order if I'm gonna pay that much for the shipping alone, because I was thinking that the items I was sort of collecting, like those those were like a bit over what I would have been paying from the like shipping itself, so I was thinking that yeah, we're gonna be waiting a bit longer because the shipping rate is quite high. Our second to last product, so Byredo has released their new quint, so this is called the Desert Road, and it is, I'd say, again, we are continuing with the warm tone neutral theme of the summer, so it has this sort of brownish peachy colors. I have always said with Byredo, I would maybe steer away from these quints and just buy their bigger palettes. Of course, the big issue is that the Byredo's bigger palettes, they only release one palette per year, and those are usually limited edition palettes, so when they have sold out, they don't usually restock those for like I think too many times. So, the quints on the other hand are products that they do consistently keep in stock, but I just think that in terms of value for money, these quints have never attracted me with Byredo. That if I want to buy Byredo, I just want to wait that they come out with a bigger palette that I like and then buy that one. And it doesn't yet say when this is gonna be available, but this is it's a meh, it's a skip for me. I can live without this one. So then something that I think a lot of people have been a bit excited about. So Clionadh Cosmetics is apparently bringing back, and I, for example, didn't remember that they had this, but these have been released first time when I don't think I was that actively watching makeup stuff on YouTube. So they have released their sort of like ready-made palettes that have both matte and shimmer. So Clionadh is a brand that's more known for their special shades, and They used to have also a matte formula, but I believe the matte formula wasn't so raved as their shimmers, so that's why they momentarily stopped doing the mattes and only started doing the special shades. But now they are coming out with altogether 3 palettes. One of these I think is new and 2 of these have been like re-releases. So they are called the Paleo, Archeo and Oceania palettes, and it doesn't actually say their prices yet, but they will be available on Cliona's own website on 5th of July. I'm looking at these color stories. Yeah, for me these aren't it. Like I think for me what this is, these have quite a lot of these primary colors in them, and then there are like primary colors mixed with some neutrals. So for me, for that reason, these aren't like something about just a combination of either, like from all 3 of these just isn't like, these aren't that attractive. But if you like these eyeshadow palettes like before, and especially if you have waited for the Cliona's matte formula to come back, then I do think that these could be like a good value for money, because I do think the ready-made palettes, it doesn't actually say yet how much these are gonna cost, but usually with palettes they are able to press the cost down a little bit compared to if you would buy, for example, their shimmer shadows individually, which, because those are very like, I don't remember, was Cliona one of those brands that they claim that they hand press the sort of shimmer shadows, but they are still like special made shadows, so they are like individually usually more expensive. So in a palette, ready-made palette, they should usually be like, you usually get a bit better value for your money. But yeah, if you want this, be on their website on the 5th of July. But yeah, I think that's actually the last of the products we were discussing, so let's get to some of the final conclusion and thoughts I had for these launches from this week. Phew, I don't think there was like that many products. Let's see, when I'm editing the raw materials, we probably are on the close of the, I don't think we're on the close to the hour mark, but we might be still on the 45 minutes, closer to the 45 minutes. But yeah, about the releases. I think with the releases, I do have to say that the eyeshadow palette game has been kind of slow. I'm actually going to be filming my sort of long-awaited eyeshadow palette review, collective review video after this one. And I do have to say that my general feeling has been that the eyeshadow palettes have been like very, like, we have had eyeshadow palettes coming out, but nothing, I think nothing like that exciting in terms of eyeshadows. I think with other products, as I said, with the lip glosses and blushes, I think we are at the point, just have reached this, especially with the liquid blushes. I am feeling that we have now like seen everything that you can basically do with liquid blushes, so that is also why I'm not maybe that excited anymore about new liquid blushes releases compared to last year. And as I said already on my previous video, I was gonna think that we're having the same phase we had during the 2023 summer when everyone was coming out with a liquid blush, and we're apparently having another go at that one. But yeah, but the lip glosses were a new thing, because I don't think last summer I think we haven't had like these sort of balmy glossy lip products. Those haven't been that popular, at least in the last few years. So I think this year it seems that the theme is these sort of very balmy, glowy lips, which is of course nice, because I do know a lot of people like something that will hydrate their lips and give them a bit of color. But anyway, I would very much like to hear what did you think about the releases that have come out this week, and have you bought any of them? If you like this video, push the like button, subscribe to the channel and ring the bell if you want to get notifications from my future content. You can also find me with the same nickname, Makeup Hedgehog, on Instagram. I hope I'll be seeing you again soon. Bye bye!